So yeah, we're reviewing Superman and Lois. So even though it says number 2, it's really number 1 because the last issue was the Batwoman. I don't know why I put the in front of it, but yeah. So that's what's going on with that. So
okay, so it's a series of. So it's
yeah,
not really. It's like a series of Arrowverse books.
Correct. So every book is a different Arrowverse show, Arrowverse comic. Yeah. So yeah, just start off what's going on with it right now. And I actually kind of like this book. Let me go ahead and review it. Okay. So the book starts off with it's the anniversary. They're back in Smallville. This is doing season 1 or 2. Actually, it don't even matter when it happened. It's during the show. So it don't matter if it happened in episode 3 of 2 or whatever like that. It's their anniversary. Clark and Lois have an anniversary. The kids just like, we're going to go out. But it's actually not the anniversary. It's 4 days after their anniversary. So you got Jordan and John. For those that haven't been keeping up with the show, John is named after Clark's, Earth granddad. And Jordan's named after his space granddad, which is, Jor-El. So that's where he got the names from. So basically, it's saying,
I never, dude, that just blew my mind.
What? Okay.
I'm just now getting that.
Okay.
I knew why Jonathan had his name, but I never knew why Jordan. I never knew Jordan got his name.
They explained it in episode 2 because I didn't know the first because he actually met Jor-El. He's just like, yeah, you named after me. So yeah.
Yeah, my hat even just came off.
All right. So let's go over that. So it's 4 days after the anniversary. They're just like, so why are you celebrating 4 days after the anniversary? Is that like some kind of Kryptonian tradition or something like that? They're like, no. Let's tell you a story. So they sit the kids down. They basically say why they celebrate the anniversary 4 days after the real anniversary, after the day they got married. So they meet 365 days after their first anniversary. And, they meet and we're going to do our thing. Like, okay, we're going to meet at our favorite restaurant. You get a little cheeky shot from
what the
Lois
fuck is he doing?
Okay, so so what he's doing is that he is using heat vision in a mirror to shave his mustache.
Oh,
it's a Superman thing. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember that argument? I think it was like Kevin Smith was saying how does Superman shave?
Yeah, but they already explained it back in the 80s.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Yes, that was the thing. So he said that, but they've already explained that. So yeah. All right. So anyway, they go meet and they're like, okay, we're gonna work. We're gonna be a day planning, do our thing. We're gonna work tonight. But Superman has to fight robots. The robots just came out of nowhere to just fight. So since he had to fight robots, he stood up. He couldn't come to dinner. So they're like, okay, well, that's fine. We'll just do it the next day. Superman fights robots. So this is the next day after. Like, okay, tell you what, we're gonna do it tonight. We're going to do it no matter what. And Superman's just like, or Clark's just like, okay, I will not do Superman shit tonight. We're going to meet. And now you get some cheeky shot from Clark in the shower. So yeah, equal opportunity. All right, so they're gonna meet. And what the thing is, the printing press of the Daily Planet broke down. And apparently only Lois Lane knows how to fix it. So she spends all night trying to fix the printing press because if they don't fix the printing press, they won't have news in the morning. And she finds a toy car in the printing press. She's like, where it came from? I don't really know, but, whatever. But she stands Clark up. Clark just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gone. So he leaves. So this is the 3rd day after. And it's like, okay, look, we're going to do it. We're going to do it this time. Okay, we're going to meet no matter what happens. The cheeky shot from Lois. Okay. But Lois, he's looking at that toy car. She's like, okay, somebody leave it there on purpose, or did they try to sabotage us? Oh, and Superman couldn't make it because he was fighting Nuclear Man. So Nuclear Man exists in the Arrowverse, I guess. So
didn't he show up on that? Didn't he show up in that Crisis crossover?
I don't think so. I don't think he did. Yeah. But
they brought everybody in for that shit.
Yeah, everybody like Batgirl and Huntress and all kind of shit like that. So anyway, so Lois looks at her toy car. She keeps staring at the toy car. She's like, something right about this toy car. And she sees Superman fighting Nuclear Man, and she's like, you know what? He ain't gonna make it. So she leaves. All right. So while she's gone, so Clark knew she screwed up. He's like, I'm sorry for fighting Nuclear Man. I brought you flowers and a burrito. She's like, give me the burrito. And she's like, look, we're gonna do it tonight. We're going to do it tonight. We're gonna do it. Okay, no matter what happens. So you get another cheeky shot of Clark. So in Clark, analyze, he X-ray visions the toy car and he sees Crank Company on there. And Lois is like, Crank Company? Where have I heard that before? And she's like, oh yeah. So she goes to like Crank Company's like abandoned toy factory and she sees the Toy Man. The toy man tried to sabotage, you know, the Daily Planet's new newspaper. And while she's there, she also see like a rose gallery of Superman villains from the 80s. You see Sleaze, you see shit, I can't remember that other guy. But anyway, a bunch of guys there. And she basically radios the police and they come get him. So they like, so Lois Lane takes that butt and you know, she leaves Clark standing again. So basically she took down an inner gang cell, you know. So they like, again, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to have dinner tonight. We're going to celebrate our anniversary. So they go, and you get another cheeky shot from Lois. It's like Groundhog's Day, you know. And she's like, look, we're going to do one thing. I need to interview the mayor. And after that, I'm going to have dinner. She's like, cool. But then Clark just like, look, man, let's just talk. Let's go somewhere and talk. Like, we know what we were getting into when we got married. Should we keep trying to do this because our lives are too busy? We don't know if we can do this. You're like, look, that's why we got married. We know we need each other. We got to keep doing this. As long as we keep trying, that means we're made for each other because we know how busy our lives are. Like, you're Superman. Hell, you know. So she's like, no matter what, we're going to do it. We're not going to cancel. I'm just going to do Superman shit locally so I can't miss dinner. And like, cool. So they go do their thing. Superman goes save some people locally in Metropolis. And then that's when he gets approached by Lobo. And
okay.
Lobo, right. And he just looked.
Yeah. So if Lobo was to be the CW version of Lobo would probably suck.
Right. He'd probably be, we're not gonna go there, but yeah. So he's just like, so Lobo, what do you want? He's just like, he's never met Lobo before. He's like, he does a contract on your head. So you come with me. So he gets some kryptonite chains, grab him up, boom, they out of there. And he takes him to space. They go. Meanwhile, Lois Lane is having, you know, an interview with the mayor, but she gets anonymous tipped that Ugly Mannheim, I don't care what his name is, Ugly Mannheim, that's what Jack Kirby calls, so I'm going to call him Ugly, that's what he is. So he's saying Ugly has a political person in his pocket, and he runs Intergang. So you might need to go find out what they're doing. So she gets a tip, she goes there, she knows she got just enough time to get there, and that's when Superman has been kidnapped and brought to an asteroid, and basically like, who paid you to do this? And she's like, well, some redhead chick paid me to come get you. Now, they don't explain who the redhead chick is, but if I was to guess, I would think it's Maxima, because back in the 90s, she was a Superman villain that just wanted Superman to have her. She wanted Superman to put a baby in her, basically. That was her only thing. Yeah. So Superman gets freeze, punches shit out of Lobo, flies back to space. Flies back to Earth. Meanwhile, Lois sees Ugly, and she's like, I'm going to sneak in. I'm going to put a blonde wig on so Ugly can't recognize me. And she serves drinks, and Ugly is just like, okay, here's my guy. And it turns out it's the mayor. Shocker. The mayor's in his back pocket. He's putting the mayor in office so he can have him run Intergang shit. So when Lois finds out, she takes a quick picture with her old ass Nokia cell phone, leaves, and because she knows she has to get to the dinner. She like, step on it, go. So she tries to get to dinner. Neither one of them show up. And Superman tries to fly from space to Earth. Too late. By the time they get there, Plastino's is closed. So they both miss dinner. They're like, oh shit. They're like, well, at least we tried. You're like, so at least that's something, you know. But then Lois is like, you know what? But I really wanted some Hawaiian pork. You're like, well, I know a place where they just call it pork. I'm like, really? Yeah, let's go. So, and they're just like, wait a minute. So you saying y'all flew to Hawaii for dinner? They're like, and y'all fly to Hawaii every anniversary, 4 days after the anniversary? Like, yep, that's what we do. So bye. And they leave, and we see them at their first anniversary 4 days after the anniversary. They're like, happy anniversary, Lois, happy anniversary, Clark. The end. Other shit happens. I ain't gonna talk about that. Some more crisis shit that's setting up. So yeah, and that's the thing about it. That's why I like the book. This is the thing. A lot of Superman books are about him like destroying planets and fighting evil warlords, shit like that. But sometimes you can write a slice of life comic with Superman. You can do that. It's possible. And that's what this book was. It was about Lois and Clark.
And that's what's going on with this show. I mean, we're just getting
that's going on with the show, yeah.
Yeah. Hope it doesn't look like Clark's mom. Oh, well, on the show, she looks like Clark's mom.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I don't know why they always get these frumpy ass chicks to play Lois, man.
I mean, Lois not supposed to be a supermodel. That kind of defeats the purpose of being Lois. You know, she's supposed to be in love with humanity. You know, so I guess that's my reasoning for it. But yeah, but that's what I like about this book. I like this book better than the Batwoman last week because you don't have to read, you don't have to even know the show. you can just read this book. As a matter of fact, this book reminded me more of like Superman the animated series or like the John Byrne 80s run than even Lois Clark. Lobo never showed up, Ugly never showed up, Maxima never showed up, you know, Toyman never showed up. This is just shit Nuclear Man never showed up. That's just shit they just pulled out of their ass. It's just like, damn, okay. So, but yeah, like I said, it was an interesting. This was better. So next episode is going to be Legends of Tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. That's actually my favorite CW DC show. So we'll see how it goes.